So in our previous videos, we found the area for a right triangle and an obtuse triangle. We still have one more left. We want to hear about the acute triangles. So we want to make sure that for these triangles, it's still the same. Area equals 1/2 base times height. Now before we start, we're going to look at the definition of acute. And an acute angle is an angle measuring less than 90 degrees. So a right triangle is 90 degrees exactly. Acute is less than 90 degrees, and obtuse, just like our last video said, is greater than 90 degrees. So we have an example right here. If you look at this triangle, none of the angles are greater than 90 degrees. Remember, when we made our 90-degree angles, they're perpendicular, and you could form a box in the corner. These ones are too small to fit a box. They're acute. So we want to make sure that this triangle, that its area is 1/2 base times height. And just like the other ones, we want to make it somehow into a rectangle. So first we find the base, which is this bottom chunk right here. That's base. But because the height, we can't measure it straight up because it's acute. That's not the tallest point. The tallest point is up here. So we're looking for that as our height. So we make little dashes, and this is our new height. Now, as we recall, just like for the other triangles, you want to make it into a rectangle. Because, as we recall, the definition of area is how many 1x1 squares, 1, 1, 1, 1, that you can fit into a shape. Now this may be easy to find in a rectangle, but it's very hard to put those squares in here evenly and then count them up. So this is the best way to do it. We're going to try to create a rectangle. So we are going to copy this whole chunk, including this new piece, and reflect it over here to create one giant rectangle. And just like our obtuse video, we're going to make this whole length x. It can be any variable we want, but we're going to keep it as x again. And this tiny chunk right here, once again, is x minus b. If we look down here, this is the base, x minus b. It's the same because we reflected it. We just did this. So now, we got to do the math. Area equals 1/2 base times height. So let's prove it. We're going to use the exact same formula as obtuse, and we're going to take the height times the whole length of the rectangle, put that together. So area equals hx minus, because we're looking for just this triangle, not the whole rectangle, minus the height times x minus b, because we want to get rid of that. We're just looking for this shaded triangle, all over 2, because we doubled it, we reflected it. Just like we did before, we're going to distribute, take this h times this x, that equals negative hx, and once again, h times b. 2 negatives, we remember, make a positive, so it's plus hb, all over 2. When we simplify, hx minus hx cancels out in nothing, and you're left with area equals hb over 2. Another way you can write that is 1/2 base times height, which gives us the area of an acute triangle, 1/2 base times height.